The Garden, a band I personally don't give a shit about, until I came up with the video idea of what if I rate all their albums to figure out which one is the best one. First, a little bit of background info. The Garden is an experimental rock band from Orange County, California, formed in 2011 by brothers Wyatt and Fletcher Shears. Now that I got Wikipedia out of the way, let's get into the list. Their first record is Everything is Perfect. This is the first album that is on Apple Music, so I'm counting it as their first record. Everything is Perfect is a pretty mediocre album. While there are some things I like about it, like the lo-fi production quality and the peculiar lyrics, nothing really stands out as that original on this. The closest genre I can think of is Mac DeMarco's sort of hazy indie rock combined with art punk. It's all smashed together into 10 tracks in 14 minutes, which at least makes it a pretty brief listen. My favorite songs are Estamos Aquí, Spirit Chant, and Everything is Perfect. Personally, it's a 5 out of 10. Next came their debut album, The Life and Times of a Paperclip, in July of 2013. This still comes at a time when they're independent, so the lo-fi production quality carries over to this album, and unfortunately all of the musical motifs that I didn't like about their previous album also ends up on this one. I really just wish that they stuck to their strengths, and that's them being more melodic instead of just sounding like a big jam session. I felt really bored listening to this, like incredibly bored. It's 16 tracks in 20 minutes, but I still felt so fucking bored. Though I might have more favorite songs off of it due to the sheer amount of songs on it, 16, I only liked 6 out of 16 of them. Those being The Apple, Interrupt, Life as a Hague, Grass, Charlie, and Goose Egg. That's pretty bad. I mean, 10 of your songs suck ass. 3 out of 10. In January of 2015, Epitaph Records signed them, and in August of 2015, they put out their next record, Haha, which I actually think is worse than The Life and Times of a Paperclip. At 17 tracks and 35 minutes, it has a more traditional song structure, but they're not traditional songs. I kind of wish they were, though. I only thought 4 out of the 17 songs were good, those being Smiles All Over, Red, Green, Yellow, Egg, and Together We Are Great. Having 4 good songs out of 17 is pretty bad. If I was to make The Garden's greatest hits record out of these past 3 records, that'd be great. It would actually fill up like maybe 1 full album full of material, cutting out all of the filler, and it would be great. This album, though, is not great. 2 out of 10. Really quickly, you want The Scoop EP. I have very little to say about this. It's 14 minutes or so, and I only liked 1 song on it, so not applicable out of 10. Mirror Might Steal Your Charm. Now, while no different from many of the other albums, I think that there's a higher frequency of good songs. They work with a more heavy production, which helps out with the enjoyment of this, but there are still songs that I just don't like. My favorites are Stallion, Shameless Shadow, Message for Myself, Call the Dogs Out, and Voodoo Luck. Out of the 12 songs, I liked 6, so I think it's only fair that I give it a 5 out of 10. The band announced the release date for their 4th studio album, Kiss My Super Bowl Ring, on January 16th, 2020. Clenched to Stay Awake was the first single to come off of it. The album was released March 13th, 2020. And features production from 100 gecs, member Dylan Brady, and Caro Caro Bonito bassist James Bolden under his side project Warfrit. According to Wikipedia, on January 21st, 2020, The Garden announced that they would be cutting all ties with Burger Records, following numerous accusations of sexual assault, misconduct allegedly carried out between multiple artists on the label. The Garden stated that they would not stand with anyone, any band, or any label that enables disgusting behavior, which I think is pretty cool of them. So how do I feel about the record? Yeah, I enjoyed myself this time. While not perfect in any way, I was seriously impressed by the first 6 songs. Then the 7th song came, didn't really like it. 8th song came, didn't really like it. But then Lurking and Please Fuck Off really nailed it. I think it's a good 7 out of 10. It's a really good conclusion to this video because I was really hoping I'd like something. And I did. I ended up coming out really surprised with this one. Well, that's my video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.